Hello everyone, we're going to do something a little different today. Got this yard rake. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. It's a little different. You basically put a chain in there and you pull it behind your tractor and it goes along. We did have to do a little bit of repair. I added a couple bolts in just for extra teeth and welded it back together. But basically what it does is it'll go along and it will grab all of this and pile it up. So I don't have to go around the yard and pick up all these random branches and stuff. So we're going to get the tractor out here, hook it to that, and see how well it does. The real question is, which tractor are we going to use? We got the Yamar, the Massey. The backhoe would be overkill for this. And then we have the John Deere MT. I think we might give this a try and see how it does. Just wrap the chain around there and run it around the yard some. All right, let's find out if the John Deere MT wants to fire on up. Go ahead and turn the gas on. The battery's hooked up. We want to flip ignition to on. Give her a little choke and we can try that and see how that works. How bad it is before. Throw her in first. So see how this does. Oh yeah, we hit concrete. I'm sure that didn't work. So in theory, all we should have to do is pick this thing up and move it. You know what? That worked pretty good. Look at all that. Walk back on that. Yeah, it didn't have much left to grab space wise. We might have to put this on the back of the mower, get in there a little more intricate, but we'll do a few more passes with the Deere. I might go get the mower. We'll just run around with that. It's just kind of fun to get the old Deere out and mess with it. We haven't really done any work with it on the channel. There's our next pass. Still getting quite a bit out of there. I mean, it's going to take quite a few passes, but look at all we've gotten so far. Beats having to go around and try and pick all that up on its own. Turn this back around. Let go with the Deere. We got to play with it some. Look at all that. So it's doing the job, but this thing isn't nimble enough. If the wheels were in, maybe I could do a little more, but it's just not nimble enough to get where I need to, and I'm a little worried about popping the tire, you know. So we'll go park this and we'll grab a mower. try something different. We'll get this Cub Cadet out of here. That means we're gonna have to move the Yamar, the mini excavator, and the Ford. Well, the Ford we might be able to get away with just moving the backhoe a little. Oh, she's cold. Plenty of room to get those out. Well, let's see if the mini excavator wants to start. It is kind of cool today. There's some throttle. Choke off. All right. Right. This is a fun little machine. I highly recommend anyone to get one. Now for the Yamar. I don't know if this one's going to start. Depends on how up the battery is. Last time I messed with it, I think it was pretty down. I'm going to sit on this one. Well, we might have to get the jump pack. Kick it up. I want to give it some thermal start, just to help it out. Now what that does, there's a little cup up in there, and it basically drips diesel down through a heating coil, sets it on fire, and that's basically making heat to get sucked into the intake. So yeah, it's a whole process, but it seems to work fairly good. We're going to find out how good here in a minute. Contact. Nice. Look at that ladder. I thought it'd be out of the way. Mess up that ladder. Thought about using this, but we have to unhook that well. We might have to move that tractor anyway. Dang it. So close. Well, this is my last bit of gas, so we're just going to throw it all in and see if she wants to start. I hope. So we're looking at a 3204 with a 20 horsepower Kohler Commander. It's been a good little engine. Check the oil real quick. She looks all right. Yep, right at the full mark. Could use an oil change. I can't remember the last time I did one in this, so it's probably time. The battery's been dead for a few years, and we just use our little EverStart jump pack to fire it up. And we're definitely gonna have to throw some air in the tires. But this thing has been working pretty good. You just have to have a battery in place. It doesn't like to be a standalone battery. Oh, and someone asked me why their light doesn't come on when they flip the switch on. It would be nice if an indicator came on, but it doesn't do that. You can press the battery and see how charged it is. This little guy here turns on power to USB ports. Alright, as you can see, we have some fuel in there now, and sadly down the side of the tank. Dang it. Now when we turn the key on, we should hear the pump clicking, and it should stop. 205 hours on this unit, and that's a working clock, so there we go. Well, we have an oil pressure light on. We'll give her a full choke, a little bit of throttle. Shut the choke off. Give her full throttle, full choke real quick. There she goes. It'll be alright. But just as I figured, we have enough room to get out of here. Just barely. I'm going to go throw some air in the tires and we'll see does. Using the Eaton Wolf Vortex S6 to fill these tires up. It works really good. Highly recommend it. This here is actually a Cub Cadet tire. All four of these are the original tires to this machine, which is pretty cool. That also sounds about right with it only having 205 hours on it. Well, moment of truth. Let's find out if it will pull it and will it do the job. Looks like a yes to A dusty job, but it'll do it. Maybe. Dang it. If I can keep the motor running. But yeah, look at all that. We don't have to go chase down. Yeah, it's going to take a while to try and get this yard all cleaned up, but it'd be quicker to do it this way than try and go around and pick all these up individual. Yeah, that thing does a pretty good job. Look at the big pile. Look at the big pile of sticks we got out of there. We're gonna pass it around there a few more times, I think. That seems to be the best method. Turn it upside down, get past the pile and flip it. Taking a little bit with us, but not too bad. Ready to go again. if we'll make it through here. I don't know. It's tight. Yeah. I never got to finish that video out because the battery died, but here's what the after looks like. We did kind of come through, rake it up, clean it up some. There's still chunks here and there, but nothing super bad. Honestly, the property's looking a lot better. Yeah. Oh, it looks like we're starting to get some grass trying to show up through here. I need to put some seed down. Man, there's a lot of rock. I didn't realize how many rocks were in this. I guess they got kind of washed off. They just looked dirty before. I'm gonna have to watch that when I'm mowing. Yeah, that little rake did a great job. And all this is leveled out where that tree line was, fence line. A little sunk in there. I'm gonna have to bring some dirt in and stuff, and need to bring a lot of dirt in actually. Get this thing all leveled out some, and, you know, fill in that well right there. Well, it's a cistern, but yeah, good. Leave a like and subscribe for more. I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. I still gotta get all this out, you know, summer project. We're getting there. We did get that big guy out. That was quite a fight. Well, look, there's where most of those rocks came from, huh? So anyway, leave a like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.